Great Bend native Austin Livingston is a decorated swimmer. He recently picked up a gold medal in the 50-meter freestyle at the Kansas Special Olympics. KSN's Cymone Smith caught up with Livingston to find out why he brings so much passion to the pool.
This is the most inspirational swimmer award I got from the summer swim team.
An inspiring athlete with an impressive trophy case.
These are all the most improved swimmer awards.
The hardware shows the hard work Austin Livingston puts into the pool.
Every morning for 3 or 5 days a week, I do my own workouts that my college coach gave me.
He started swimming at age 14.
I was walking in the hallway one day and the high school swim coach told me, "Hey, how about you try swimming?"
Diagnosed with autism, he found his lane to shine.
The swim team was the best place. The other kids really look up to him. They really look up to him. I'm pretty proud of him.
I was bullied a little bit. It happened through elementary, middle, and high school, but it never happened when I was playing sports.
At Great Bend High, he made a statement as an alternate on the relay, and at Barton Community College, he made nationals in the 50 freestyle. Soon, a role model motivated him even further.
I met Michael Phelps, that I was going to do great things. He keeps me to keep swimming.
Defying the odds of what many said he could achieve.
That's my degree right there, and that's my college degree.
But today, swimming holds a new meaning after losing his other half.
He had a twin, and Jordan was his name, and he passed away 3 years ago at the age of 27 of cancer. And that pretty much kind of whipped him pretty good.
We were pretty close like this. He was my best friend.
The sport feels different without his brother Jordan watching in the bleachers.
He's doing this to impress his other brother. His brother's looking down on him.
Now he's setting his sights on the top.
An Olympic gold.
To add another gold to his collection.
Probably right here somewhere.
We'll find a spot.
We'll find a spot.
And keep making his brother proud. Here for you, Cymone Smith, KSN Sports.
It's really cool stuff right there, Jeff. I just heard you say it gives you chills, and it really does. Had he not stopped him in the hallway, I mean, we may not be looking at a gold medalist potentially. Right. So pretty cool.
The things he's overcome too. Talented young man. All that stuff going on. That's a great story.
It's also a reminder sports are always more than just whatever the game is, or the competition, and to get to see his dad too. You love the story, you love the family.
Oh yeah. After a great high school football career, Derby kicker Grady Jessup earned a roster spot with Dodge City Community College. But after the first day of practice, things took a turn. Injured on the field, Jessup was sure his career was over until one phone call changed his life. In tonight's competitive drive, I'll explore this special teamer's special story.
Clark knew I was a power in my leg kicker, and so he forced me to go off for kicking.
Grady Jessup wasn't always on special teams, but when his number was called, he answered with a bang. After a great high school career, Jessup's talents took him from Derby to Dodge City. He was kicking at the collegiate level, and it was a dream come true until his dream became a nightmare.
First kick felt a snap down my whole quad, and I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Kind of feels different. And then second kick, tried to put a little bit more power in because I didn't feel like I was all the way there. Felt like a rubber band snapped down my quad.
Jessup suffered an avulsion fracture off the ACIS involving the hip flexor insertion. In immense pain, he called his parents from the sideline.
Just getting that phone call, he's not one to complain about injuries and all that, but him calling and saying, something's wrong, we knew we had to go get him.
The road to recovery was long, spending days in the hospital and months wondering if he'd ever see the field again. And after x-rays, MRIs, and surgery, the Jessup's phones rang again, only this time to receive news that seemed improbable months ago.
So I was just getting off work. One of my buddies here is a quarterback now, he's a safety, Brock Zerger, texted me asking me my phone number, saying that coach wanted it, but by that time he already called me, so I had to call him back. And then he offered me right there, and I started shaking. I called my dad. I was like, no way this is happening.
August 30th, 2025. For the first time in over a year, Jessup will put on the pads for the Friends University Falcons. He and his parents both have goosebumps. As just a college freshman, Grady enters a new campus, forever a changed man. and with a little advice to his younger self.
Everything that's coming your way, you just gotta keep looking at the bright side, trusting the Lord, and He'll get you through everything.
Such a wonderful family as well, and it was great catching up with his dad too. Remarkable story coming all the way back from that. I'm not sure many can replicate it.
We love a good comeback story.
Oh, yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to seeing him on the field this year, too.
It's also one of those stories in those interviews that you hear him talk and you say, oh, that kid's going to work hard.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, Michael, thanks. We'll be right back.
Eli Mbawike is already up to his height in trophies, and he's not even in middle school yet. This 9-year-old has a passion for soccer, and he's been playing it since he could walk. But the new sport he's mastered is futsal. In tonight's competitive drive, I find out just how dedicated 9-year-old Eli is to a sport that's taken him around the world. 9-year-old Eli Mbawike has played soccer since the age of 4, but what's taken him international is futsal.
So I wake up in the morning at like 5:45, go to school, get back, do a little bit of soccer inside, then I go outside. Sometimes I do wall passes. I'm trying to work on that.
Futsal is a variant of traditional soccer, and while they both share many similarities, there are plenty of differences too. Futsal's played between 2 teams of 5. The matches are usually on a hard court surface, and there's no offsides, allowing players to be positioned anywhere. Pace of play is faster, and goals a lot more common. Being the best takes a lot of work, and sometimes a little reminder that you're just that good.
He knows he's good, but he still has those doubts, and so at each stage he kind of gets nervous and worries that he's not going to make it, which, I mean, is perfectly normal.
Through mid-August, Eli will compete in the U.S. Youth Futsal Tournament in Argentina, the toughest of its kind. While the stakes are high, Eli isn't lacking confidence. His competitive edge comes from his family of 6, which unsurprisingly is filled with athletes.
We've broken a TV before because of soccer, so but we play in the basement, and all of them, my husband included, will get into a really rowdy game in the basement, and I think that's one of the reasons why our 2 younger, including Eli, are not intimidated by playing with older kids or, you know, bigger kids, just because they're playing against a 17-year-old and an adult.
The wins and trophies just keep coming in for Eli, with his parents and siblings right by his side. A family and team of 6, supporting a young man with big dreams as he shoots for the stars.
I love getting on the ground floor of these incredible athletes when they're young like this, and we can watch them grow and excel in sports and all that other kind of stuff.
When I talked with him, he said that, of course, the dream is to play pro soccer, so we'll see where that takes him. I'm thinking World Cup 2034, but...
Okay, we'll mark it down.
Yes, I think he'll be incredibly talented, very disciplined, too.
You remind him that you gave him that first interview back then.
Proud, very proud.
But, all right, Michael, thanks.
Wichita State bowler Josh Hammonds will head to Guatemala as part of the USA Junior team competing in the Pan Am Bowling Youth Championship. In this week's competitive drive, KSN's Asia Cymone Smith shares the impact the Shockers have had on his success.
Josh Hammonds first picked up a bowling ball at age 8. A dream turned journey the Kansas native never envisioned would lead him to the international stage.
As soon as I made junior team USA for the first time, I was like, okay, wow, like this is exciting. This can become a big thing. I'm very excited still just to go out there and be able to go to another place and compete with some very talented people.
Hammonds credits his success to his Wichita State teammates, finishing second at the ITC Championship in the spring.
Coming in, I really hadn't bowled a ton with high-level bowlers, and so going to Wichita State really opened my eyes and gave me a ton of knowledge just from talking to all the people there.
The Shocker program has been building a legacy.
There's so many Team USA representatives and Junior Team USA representatives that have been able to travel, and I just think it's really cool to just follow in their footsteps almost.
Looking to strike his own success at the next level.
I believe that we are the best bowlers in the world and that we can win. So I'm going there to get as much wins as possible, get as many gold medals as possible, and learn and have a good time in the process.
Going for gold in Guatemala. Here for you, Asia Cymone Smith, KSN Sports.
The baseball doesn't stop for Wichita State outfielder Jaden Gustafson. On top of a successful junior year at Wichita State, he's spending his summer with the Hutchinson Monarchs in the NBC World Series. Where his love of the sport, though, came from his mother, and that might surprise you. In tonight's competitive drive, I told about why she's his biggest influence.
I know how to pitch pretty well in softball. I don't know how. I think, like I said, it's just kind of happened just by being around it so much.
Jaden Gustafson's journey to the diamond isn't a typical one. The Wichita State outfielder just wrapped up his best season with the Shocks, batting .303, hitting his first home run and making the most starts in his career. But it's not the stat line that separates this Mays High School grad from the pack. It's his mom, Andrea, who spent her entire career as a softball coach.
My mom was a softball coach. She played softball at the University of Oregon, so I've grown up around the game of softball and baseball. From watching so many slappers in softball throughout my life, I think that's why I just have a natural opposite field swing, which I think it's something cool. I've just taken it from the game, like not even consciously, it's just kind of happened, and it's helped me a lot.
As a kid, Jaden attended nearly every game his mom coached. The Gustafsons are from Oregon, but made a life in Wichita years ago. Jaden split time between the diamond and the basketball court for the Mays Eagles. He's grown a lot since then. And when it comes to giving advice to his younger self, 2 words come to mind. You belong.
I think early on in my college career, I had a lot of like imposter syndrome, kind of like, am I really supposed to be here? But you know, at the end of the day, you're here for a reason, and you have the talent to be here, and I think that's just kind of what I would tell him, just to trust your ability and to keep going.
Jaden will suit up for his senior season in the same black and yellow uniform where it all started years ago, but not before he endures the heat of the NBC World Series over the next few days. But he knows he can meet the moment, no matter the jersey or the sport. Well, 3 Wichita runners are going for gold, set to compete at the AAU Junior Olympics in Houston on July 25th. They all run for Underrated Track Club in this week's competitive drive. KSN's Cymone Smith caught up with the athletes as they set their sights on the podium.
Big goals and bigger dreams heading to the Junior Olympics.
To be on the podium and get first.
Dwayne Thompson, DeMarco Wilcher, and Kiera Smith finished top 5 at regionals to earn their spot in Houston.
This one is for the 400, and then I just got 2 for the 100.
Representing well for Wichita area athletes.
A lot of the kids that get on the podium are kids that are from Texas or your Floridas or your Virginias, but to have kids from Wichita, Kansas actually qualify and have a chance to get on the podium for the Junior Olympics is a beautiful thing.
For Smith and Wilcher, it won't be their first time at this championship, but they're working towards their highest finish yet.
I came off an injury my high school, and so I haven't really had to push to get there. I was out for like majority of the track seasons. I feel like I am prepared more, and I have gotten stronger with my technique.
I wake up at 6 a.m. and go to workouts. I've been pushing in school season. I've been putting in a lot of work.
They give credit to their coaches for their progress.
They cheer me on when I'm going. They cheer me on when I'm about to. They have talks with me before I'm gonna run. They're very supportive.
They fix my form and help me learn how to use blocks to make me faster.
In just its first year as a club, Team Underrated is prepping athletes for peak performances and lifelong development.
Being able to give these kids the isms and knowledge and, just words of encouragement, just how to keep going when things get hard. And, there's just so much more than, just sports.
Learning and leading for future Wichita athletes to follow.
Even if you can't, you probably figure out a way, even if you think you can't, because that's what I did here. I didn't think I was running this season because I was still hurting, but I'm fine now. I figured out a way, but you can too.
Here for you, Cymone Smith, KSN Sports.
The recruiting trail is always a journey for colleges and high school athletes. Shockers head coach Brian Green knows this all too well. Holding a high school baseball prospect camp this week, I found out why the event was about more than just spotting high school talent. It's one of the most pivotal journeys in an athlete's lifetime, recruitment. For most, it's the pathway to college sports and a chance to fulfill a dream. For head coach Brian Green, Shocker baseball is all about community. That's why the focus of his prospect camp is always on the athletes.
Really, for us, we just feel the responsibility to provide value and put on a good show. Like, come out and be good people, be good teachers. And, for us, we're hungry. We've got to get off the mat from last year's program and return to even the year prior where we played for a championship. So this is the start of that, really, as you're into the summer and getting ready for school to start next month.
And for many, it's an opportunity, especially for Hoisington catcher Marcus Ingram. After a few injury setbacks these past 2 summers, he's ready to suit up and show out for his senior season.
Baseball's been my life for a while, and just getting out here at this nice facility has been amazing. I've had shoulder surgeries the past 2 summers, tore my labrum, and then now I'm a little healthier, hopefully getting back to full potential.
Ingram was one of dozens of athletes in attendance, but the camp went far beyond just Kansas. Caden Twyman is a senior from Oklahoma. He was one of a few players to make the trip across state lines. For him, the game has taught him a valuable life lesson.
I think mentally it keeps you patient, and it's the only sport where you can fail and still succeed. So it just keeps you patient, teaches you life. You just got to stay patient.
Coming from different backgrounds, different schools, and even different states, the athletes share one common goal: the love for the game.
Teach you every life lesson that when there's struggles, you find the way to get down that road, and when you succeed, it's the greatest feeling.
So pretty cool story there with those kids. Everybody, as they said, were a little bit nervous when they started out, but showcasing your skills in front of Division I college coaches is always a little bit nerve-wracking, but they were all great.
I was writing the tease and I said, hey, what's it about? It's about recruiting. And you said, no, it's so much more than that. And the guys definitely put that to testament to that.
Absolutely. Destiny Masters was truly a master when it came to the art of track and field. The Wichita State legend cleared hurdles and shattered records. Her success never went unnoticed, but after years as an athlete, she begins a new adventure. In this week's competitive drive, I found out about Destiny's new destiny in coaching at Butler Community College.
Anxiety and nerves, and I think that's what fuels me, though. Like, I needed that to know, like, this is going to go good.
It's hard to separate local legend Destiny Masters from the track. After all, she is a 6-time All-American and NCAA championship qualifier. But her spectacular career isn't summed up by awards. Masters learned to be tough as just a 17-year-old high school grad. Overcoming injury her redshirt freshman year was a moment that proved to be pivotal.
We were at conference and I was doing the high jump, and I was in so much pain with my ankle, and even with having such a painful ankle, I cleared 5.10.5 for the first time in the high jump. And I was like, oh, I can do this.
And do it, she did, shattering school and conference records across the board for years. And while it all came to an end after this season, Destiny's destiny is to help younger athletes reach the podium. She'll now hold the title of Coach Masters, an opportunity she says she jumped at.
I think watching like the breakthroughs like happen in real life, like it's an awesome feeling. Like after I cleared that bar, like looking at my 2 coaches, Coach Heidi and Coach Rainbow, just how excited they were for me. Like I want to feel that for the athletes. I want to be able to be the one causing that to happen.
But even as a Grizzly, she'll always take a piece of her Shocker years with her. Her biggest inspiration, her now former coach, Steve Rainbow.
He definitely made me want to be a coach like him and just mold young athletes to what he did to me. I'm what I am because of him.
Just an incredible story with that young lady, seeing her go from player to now coach. Obviously, again, inspired by her head coach there, but unbelievable athlete, 6-time All-American, now going from the other side.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you want to see in a coach, somebody with those credentials, because when you're out there and it's hot and you're sweating and they say, another lap.
Yes.
They have that to back it up.
I've been there myself, and it is tough, but inspiring others is what she does, and that's what she will hopefully do over at Butler. The Wind Surge finished the first half of the season over the weekend, second in the Texas League North. In this week's competitive drive, KSN's Cymone Smith sat down with first-year manager about the goal for the rest of the season.
You're at Equity Bank Park with the Wichita Wind Surge team manager, Brian Dinkelman. Brian, what would you say is going well for the Wind Surge to this point?
Yeah, season's been good so far. Pitching and hitting's all been consistent for the most part. We won some ball games and still in the playoff hunt right now. Hopefully the guys continue to play well and get more guys promoted and keep it going.
What kind of guys are really standing out to you on this offense who are kind of sticking out as leaders?
Kyler Fedko was hot to really start the season for us in that, and kind of back to normal right now, but he's been solid all season for us.
And as far as the pitching staff, Who would you say has kind of been standing out, or how well is that kind of group working together to get the job done in the mound?
Yeah, the pitching staff's been awesome. They've been in every game, giving us a chance to win every night. I know we just had 3 pitchers promoted, and Trent Baker and Cody Lowerson and Jarrett Wharf, and those guys were, workhorses for us, and that gave us a lot of innings. And even Aaron Rosick, one of our starters, who's been solid for us all season. So the pitching staff has been really good for us.
And even going back to the start of the season, such a big April, 14 wins, kind of the best start for this club. What would you say the growth of this team has been as the season has progressed?
Guys were playing with confidence and coming into the season, because I know last year some of them had some down years compared to what they're used to, so I think they wanted to prove themselves to start the season. I feel like a lot of guys right now are playing well and making a name for themselves.
What would you say you want to see happening as we head into the second half?
Yeah, just the guys continue to grow and get better and advance their careers, and guys play well and hopefully get up to AAA. I know those are goals of guys to go AAA into the big league, so continue to work with them and become better baseball players and move on to the next level.
Of course, your first year just so far leading this club. What have you learned? How well is this staff kind of meshing with the players?
Yeah, the staff's been great, kind of all new guys to work with myself. We've getting to know each other really well, and they're all worked really hard to help these guys get better. And the team has a good chemistry with each other right now, so I feel like we got a good thing going.
Perfect. Well, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully more fans will come out and kind of follow you guys' continued success. So that's all from us here at Equity Bank Park. Asia Cymone Smith, KSN Sports.
All right, thank you, Asia. Brian Dinkelman, a lot of talent right there with a win surge.
The 36th annual Wichita Open is in full swing, and for the 36th straight year, Jay Delling is back at the tournament, not as a player, but as a proud volunteer. In this week's Competitive Drive, I caught up with Jay to find out what keeps him coming back to the course.
36 glorious years.
Not a dull moment for Delling, jumping aboard the Wichita Open in its inaugural year.
The director of golf at Reflection Ridge, where this tournament started back in 1990, him and I are friends. He called me up and he said, "Hey, got a fun golf opportunity." He said, a new tour is coming to town and I'd like you involved. I'd like you to kind of run the media.
Since its start, he's managed media coverage and done all he can to bring attention to the tournament.
He heads it all, and he's kind of pioneered it. We follow his template for the event, and it's worked marvelously. So he's not only very gifted at making those arrangements, he's our resident historian.
Memories from years of championships he always keeps close.
Tom Lehman I've talked to a few times, and he was our first winner back in 1990s. Bing Crane, who was our winner in 2000, I talk to him every now and then too.
What keeps him driving forward is his passion for the sport.
I've golfed all my life. I played college golf and now very recreationally.
And his hometown.
I've lived in this community all my life. I love this community, and this tournament today gives over $300,000 a year to local youth charities.
Caring for the community and helping the tournament grow each and every year.
It's so much fun just to be a part of that maturation process, that evolution that has taken us from 1990 to 2025.